Kia ora. Welcome to Skyline.
Okay, what's happening?
Oh, starting again. Kia ora. Welcome.
And I'm Ben J. Mann. In today's stories, a new crime wave is sweeping the country in the form of woolen graffiti. Scientists have invented an invisibility cloak. We help them find it. And the latest in weather from around the country. But first, a story that will turn your world upside down.
If you think the world is getting more and more topsy-turvy, it turns out you're right. Builders in Germany have built an upside-down house, and before you think they may have read the plans upside down, they did it on purpose. The wacky abode was built as a tourist attraction, as well as being a comment on the state of the world. The house is 23 feet tall and rests on its roof, has steel beams in the attic. Inside there are beds screwed into the ceiling, upside-down wardrobes, and an upside-down kitchen, and even an upturned bathroom. Though it's not known if anyone has tried to have a bath in it or go to the toilet. Normally, a house like this would take 3 weeks to build. This one took over 4 months because the workers kept getting confused by the strange angles of the walls. Many tourists visiting the house complained of feeling sick and dizzy after just a few minutes inside. Inside the house. How are you feeling, Poppy?
Thank you, Flo. I'm here at the house with James, and I'm feeling great. So, what inspired you to build this house?
Well, I thought to myself, it is enough of the prejudice against the right side up houses, and so I flipped the coin, and if the coin goes upright, the house will be upright on its head, and if it goes tails, then the house will be upside down. And we all know which side it went up.
Yes, I think we do. So, what do you think this house says about the world?
Well, it is quite obvious that it says a lot about the world and humanity, and it is very deep, and I think I will let you work that one out for yourself.
Right. You really touched my heart, James. So, what are some of the challenges of living in a house with, upside down?
There is no challenges for me. I am superior to all, and I have no challenges.
Oh, okay. You sound like a very strong man, James. So, what was it like for your family, coming home to an upside-down house?
Well, obviously there's no family now, but I did not need them anyway, so I'm better off just with my art.
Right. I understand. Okay, so, that's all from here. We're out of time, so back to you, Flo.
Thanks, Lily. Even watching that makes me feel all topsy-turvy. And now for a story that is truly out of sight. Look out, Harry Potter. The world of science is catching up to the world of magic. Scientists in Europe have created a 3D invisibility cloak which can hide objects by bending light waves. It has been found that light can be controlled using special tiny crystals that make objects disappear. So far, scientists have made small objects, such as coins, disappear, but hope that it won't be long before they are hiding cars, planes, and even people. People have always dreamed of making themselves invisible, one top scientist says. The possibilities are endless, and we are very excited. However, since inventing the invisibility cloak, the scientists have been having trouble finding it. As soon as we put it down somewhere, it just disappears, the inventor of the cloak said. It appears they're having trouble finding other things too, like their lunch, which they think may be underneath the cloak. What will the invention actually be used for? Hoping to see through the reasons behind the invisibility cloak, here is our spot reporter, Coco, with more information on the story.
Hi, I'm Coco, and here with me today I have
Professor Schnitzel,
who has been who has been inventing an invisibility cloak. Okay, sorry. What's it like inventing an invisibility cloak?
Well, I've always wanted to invent an invisibility cloak so I can be invisible.
Who would you like to thank?
I would like to thank my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, my uncle's cousin, my guinea pig, my cat, my dog, my house, my window, my dogs.
That's impressive. What do you like to do in your spare time?
I like to eat chocolate.
Awesome. Would you show me what the invisibility cloak does?
Sure.
Amazing. Okay.
Wait.
Oh. And that's all, folks. Please leave now.
Thanks, Coco. And now, how's this for interesting yarn? A new wave of graffiti crime is covering the country, thanks to an underground gang known as the Midnight Knitters. These wool-waving criminals are covering tree branches and lampposts with small jerseys and scarves under the cover of darkness. Police say knitted activities of the gang are illegal because their woolly crimes are being done on public property without permission. The popularity of woolen crime is growing, and more public objects are being wrapped up every night. But the problem is growing, police say, and warn if midnight knitters aren't caught soon, every tree, lamppost and traffic light in the country will be warmly dressed against the cold. The problem is spinning out of control. They're a close-knit group of dyed-in-the-wool criminals. We are stitching together a case, but it's not seamless. There is no real pattern to the crimes, a police spokesman said today. So far, the criminal knitters have escaped arrest and continue to pull the wool over the eyes of both the public and the police. With our investigating reporter Thomason, who is in this exclusive interview with one of the Midnight Knitters gang.
Midnight Knitters gang. Hello, gangster mitts, and thank you for joining me. Now, what led you into the dark underworld of graffiti knitting?
Well, as a kid, I used to knit things. In my neighborhood, it wasn't too good to grow up there. The only way to express yourself. That's about it.
Do you see yourself as a criminal?
Oh, definitely not. I like to beautify the streets with my knitting.
Apart from trees, lampposts and traffic lights, what else would you like to graffiti with your woolens?
Definitely kittens, house cats. People come home in the night, their cat's covered in wool. Tiny little sweater. Adorable.
Fair enough. Now, how have you managed to escape the police for so long?
Well, you see, I knit my own camo wear, and you just jump in the bush and nobody can see you.
Great. Thanks for your time, gangster mitts of the Midnight Knitters. Now we go over to Miss Diep with the weather report.
Thank you, Thomason, and good evening, New Zealand. Let's have a look at tomorrow's weather. Starting in the far north, in Kaitaia, look out for some pretty flash flooding and raindrops as big as your head. If you're going outside, wear a hat. Moving down to Auckland, there'll be a fair mix of conditions and unfair conditions, but those are the conditions. You'll just have to accept them. There will be no weather at all for the Bay of Plenty. It's taking a short holiday, but is expected to be back for the weekend. In the Napier and the Hastings, the weather will sometimes be changeable and sometimes not. We have really no idea what will happen there. In the Taranaki, a mild depression brings with it a very dull day, with no highlights at all. It'll be an overcast and gloomy all morning, but things should cheer up by the evening, so don't worry. Everything will be fine in Wellington, with will have another capital day. There will be no wind at all, and the day conditions will be so pleasant they'll actually be extreme. In the top of the South Island, Kaikoura can expect to have a good day, meeting friends for lunch, going for a swim, and reading the newspapers. But try to stay indoors, as the weather will be just terrible. A real mix for Christchurch, which will have some unreasonable rainfall, some sensible wind, moderate thunderstorms, and some very angry snow. And in the lower South Dunedin will be frosty and unfriendly morning, when the sun will pop over for a visit. Everyone likes the sun. That's all from me. Remember, if it's raining outside, that's the weather for you. Good night, New Zealand. Now it's back to the news with Flo and Ben J. Mann.
Thanks, Miss Gia and Scarlett. That's all we have time for.
We hope you enjoyed this evening's podcast. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Until then, I'm Florence Wilkinson.
And I'm Ben J. Mann. And remember, you stay sexy, San Diego.
The names. Keep it. No, wait, you just say.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are featuring an interview with a very peculiar-looking gentleman.
Scene 1, take 1. Scene 1, take 2. Take 2.